just check to see if I have. Yep. Okay. Audio is working. Happy days. All right. Welcome back to our survival world. Where me and Hannah have been busily, uh, busily making things. We just put our fish farm in yesterday, so we have that functioning. I'm going to go and do a little bit more fishing and see if I can get some better equipment. But apart from that, I think we're doing pretty good. Might even look at putting in some other animal farms actually, potentially. Because I mean, we've got a chicken farm at the moment. Seems to be kind of doing the job. Although I don't know, it seems like it does work. But like, what have we got here at the moment? Oh, we've got a couple stacks. Wow, why have we got eggs coming through? That's really bizarre. Okay, so we're getting a little bit. Not sure why that's happened though. That is super bizarre. Let me quickly jump into here, and I'll just have a little look here. Pop some of these in here. We'll get that to spit them out. Yeah, I'm not sure why that exactly happens. I've been trying to work it out. I don't know whether it's because look at that, I put it into the dispenser, it fires them out, everything's good there. Even when I get like, could be something to do with when we go outside of the area potentially. So that's all I can really put it down to at this point. And super weird because there is other eggs in there as well. That's weird. Okay, let me quickly break in here. And we'll get rid of them too. Oh. Yeah, Steve, there will be that. If you break the repeater. Okay, well, hopefully that sorts that. At least for now. Okay, crisis averted, we're good. Okay, well, let that do its thing. And so there's a couple of things we might minify this. We'll make our own little cactus farm where it uses water and the water will actually push it into one area, and then we can just, when they grow up, they'll pop off and they'll go into the water stream and do that. So we might look at doing that. Let's get some signs. So I'll go and chop down some trees down here so I can get some oak instead of spruce because it's a little bit dark. What have we got on this end? Let's actually look. We've got most of our to-dos done. Villager breeder, kelp farm. We do have our kelp farm, but we don't have the full just kelp farm. We've basically just got it so we can use it for bone meal. I probably put in a large one now that Herno's went and grabbed me some slime and things like that. We can potentially use that and then maybe have a 2-in-1. Maybe we can just have it so it'll pop out a bunch of kelp, and you can lock the hoppers and it'll just produce kelp, or you can unlock the hoppers and it'll just sit there and spit out copious amounts of bone meal. So that could be a good idea. The other thing we could possibly do is now crafters are still a little bit glitchy. I think they, yeah, we can probably. I'm going to look at some new circuits very soon for crafters too, because the existing circuit that I have, there is a bug currently still in the experimental versions, which actually double pulses the crafter and produces like a nugget if it was iron or pressure plate or you name it. So, we have our fish farm. That's good news. So what we should do here is we'll go and get put together some signs. And where are we? Signs. Yeah, we'll get a bunch that we can use for here. So up here, we'll look at doing. We'll have cactus farm auto. We'll just go auto cactus farm. So we've got that auto cactus farm. So we'll do that. We'll have auto bamboo. I mean, not that we really need to do too much there, because that there just pumps it out. Maybe auto sugarcane farm, could do that. Auto sugarcane farm. If you've got any suggestions and you're watching, let me know in the chat if you think there's anything else you'd like me to put in. I've got a I'll show you the stuff I've got at the moment. Oh, there's definitely one too. Auto tree, or just go redstone tree farm. Let's call it that. Redstone tree farm. So we'll put that in. So yeah, we can probably use so the kelp farm. Yes, villager breeder, we can put that in. Villager crop farm, we'll do that too. So villager. We'll do a villager crop farm. So I don't know how they got there. Okay, so we've got that. What's going on, Razor? Just looking at what farms and stuff. This one over here, I think eventually I'm gonna piss this one off over here. So I mean, I'll probably hit it up a few more times so we can get a little bit more brown mushroom, because we'll get a bunch there because we want to build a slime farm. So I'm going to get like a whole bunch of that. But yeah, this here will just sit there and pulse that. But essentially this circuit here, I could probably have a main bone mealer around here, which is probably like this, just bigger, that actually sits there and just machine guns the kelp through it, turns it into bone meal, and yeah, either puts that bone meal in some other chest as well, or potentially we can sit there and feed that bone meal to multiple farms. So we could have like a tree farm, a mushroom farm, have a few different things as well. So I kind of want to get our kelpinator design with, which is like this, just bigger. This has only got 3 slots in it. We didn't have a lot of slime and stuff at that time, but I mean, I know this is not Java, and I mean, you know, I've kind of got to bend the rules a little bit and work with mechanics and stuff. I still like it no matter what version it is. There is some nice things about you know, Minecraft too. I mean, cauldrons. I actually got told the other day that you guys don't have, like, you can't put your dyes in cauldrons. I'm like, what? I was like, is that real? You know how you got your cauldrons, right? Like, you got these. Apparently, you guys can't, like, put water in it and then put dye in it to dye things. I'm like, I couldn't believe that because I thought that seems like such a simple thing. But it's super handy. Like when you're using it a lot, it's like, yeah, like I couldn't imagine not doing it now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Like I do want to look at. I feel like I want to do a bit of a deep dive because I haven't played Java for a long time now. Um, and yeah, there is a bunch of things that have changed, and some things that have sort of like because I've been playing Bedrock for I don't know years, just because it was convenient, mate. Pretty much because I can sit on my couch where I'm at now, nice and comfortable, talk to some cool people, show them some cool farms and stuff like that. And I guess a lot of the kids and stuff that are coming through that are brand new to this, you can say, cool, this is how this mechanic works, or whatever, and this is how you can manipulate this to work. Some people don't have a computer and they got their console, so I'm like, cool. If they're just cracking their console out of the box that they got for Christmas, well, great. You know what? I can show you how to do it. And then as they grow up and they're like, hey, you know what? I really want to like start doing some mega farms and things like that now. Well, guess what? I can show them how to do all that. Oh, it would be nice if I had like a charcoal generator that I could. Actually, I haven't put much through here. I've got to keep doing that. But essentially, this thing here just will generate charcoal. You just put your stuff, put your any extra wood you've got from there into here, and then essentially what happens is this will just sit there and build up your charcoal in there, and you can just grab it and take it, make torches out of it, and you've got like a good solid supply of stuff to use for torches or whatever, and you don't have to waste all your coal or whatever it is. Bone mealer, cool. You've got some stuff over here. You're like, my God, these berry. What happened to half the berries here? Half of them are gone. Anyway, yeah, like you can get these and they just grow like no tomorrow. So if you've got excess, you can punch them through the bone mealer and stuff like that. Just having multiple ways you can get bone meal. Same thing with even in the iron farm. I did upgrade that the other day and I put the crafter in it, but I'm not happy with it because I think the circuit, I'm going to go and work on the actual circuit that gets used, and because I feel like there's a few different ways that you can go about it, but my feeling on it is at the moment is whenever you're working with crafters in the future, make sure you use the method, unless they change this of course, but make sure you use the method where you keep the crafter full at all times and then just work on its signal that way. So let's say you've got your stacks of 64 in every slot in there. Just make sure that you go cool. If that drops below that, then it switches off or whatever. Because the way that I've done it using just, once it fills up, spit it out. That's the on the fly way of doing it. It's not working. Like it's just, I don't know. They've screwed the pooch on it. They need to fix that up a little bit, I think. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a sec. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying though. Like teaching these kids, like this is how you can like, cool. We've got some extra stuff here we don't need. Punch it through here. Source of bone meal. And over here, you don't have to go and get cobble. You can generate cobble. Oh, and this is the other thing too. You guys don't have this on Java. See that? Wait. No, you can waterlog stairs, but you can't. This one doesn't have it. The pistons, you can't waterlog pistons either. Apparently, is another thing. Which is a fucking super awesome thing to do. To be honest, I know it seems a bit like that doesn't seem like that should be a thing, but it's actually really handy. Once you start using it, you're like, yeah, I can't imagine it without it. Yeah. So. But in here, I'll show you what the hell I'm talking about. So in here, I've used the standard way of doing this, but in behind here we've got a bone meal, turns all the poppies into bone meal, gets all the string from the cats, punches it into here, and over here you'll see that, look at this, iron nuggets have been coming through. That's not supposed to happen. So it's like, well, hang on, Let me just do this real quick. Go like this. Pop one of these in the corner. So once again, it's annoying me because I've got to go and then take this and turn it into iron, turn it into iron blocks because it's not functioning. So we need to get that worked out to be able to work out how to fix this because that's, yeah, there's something that's, oh wait, we're getting iron bars and everything. Holy shit. Yeah, that's dodge. Let's go like this. Grab these. Turn all these into iron blocks. Yeah, it's just a bit annoying because what's supposed to happen is not happening the way it should. I'll take him behind you and I'll actually show you what the hell's going on. Let's just take this one out. There we go. Can I go past here? If I do this. Yeah, so over here, right, essentially what we've got is this here will come out and after it gets tested for being iron, so cool, we've got our blockers in here, we've got our iron, goes into here, goes into the crafter, don't worry about these, that's just the overflow over there, it goes into the crafter, that crafter points that way so it should spit them out into that hopper. Now look at this, this is so weird because it actually is stacking up in here. That should be firing every time. Maybe when you go out of the area, this actually doesn't. See how that double pulse then? You know what? I'm just going to do this because I have a feeling that there, if we just punch all these back into there. And then the signal strength becomes what? So does that fire then if I do that? Because that should have fired something, yeah? No? Yeah, no, this is not functioning the way it should. Okay, so that is definitely 100% backing up. Yeah, it's not firing, so we're getting something's. Is there something locking that too, or no? So hang on, let's have a little look down here. This one here shouldn't be getting locked. So that there powers that. Yes, that should lock that. But it shouldn't be locking anything else. So yeah, if I punch these through here, because that there shouldn't have been blocking that. That's super weird. Yeah. Once again, everything for you too is completely different because of quasi-connectivity. We don't have quasi-connectivity, right? So there's another one. I actually miss quasi-connectivity because, yeah. See, what happens is, essentially, you've got a couple things going on here. So you've got in here in this circuit, you've got this crafter over here, which has got a signal strength of 8. Right? So this comparator is reading from it and going, redstone is going 8. This may as well, just imagine this has got an 8 on it. This redstone. Signal strength of 8, right? So this one here, only ever should that update it if this here gets a signal strength greater than that, which will be 9, right? So if that happens, then that should fire. Occasionally, though, there is some bug where this double pulses. However, it doesn't seem to be happening all the time, but there is a bug. It is in the bug report, but essentially what happens here, this observer is going, all right, I'm monitoring this. So it's 8, and then when this fills up with 9, because this one here, all these are blocked out here, so it generates a signal strength of 8. Also, you could put a composter here, full up, so it's got the white crap on top, and it would also generate a signal strength of 8. Basically, the same thing. So then, what happens is when this becomes 9, this redstone gets updated. So the observer notices it and says, oh, this redstone's changed. There's another observer below this comparator pointing into it. So it's observing that observer observing this redstone, if you get what I mean. And its bum is pointed into the block that's underneath this. So that there will power that block, which fires this. So that's how that part works. I'm not sure why on Earth this here is like, it might be when we went out of the area or something, but for some odd reason that's backed up. That's what's gone wrong there. Yeah, so there's a few janky little things going on there, mate. But I mean, I do look forward to it, and I think there is going to be, times where I think we probably shouldn't be using this particular method. I mean, Zoom Avoid sort of come up with this initially, I think it was. Or one of the guys, somebody suggested it, and then Zoom Avoid put it online and stuff like that. But yeah, essentially that's what's going on. It's this whole thing here, though. It works, but this bug prevents it. If they fix this bug, that will sort that out. You can do it in a single slice, but if it doesn't, then, and also you can't have this right next to there because this redstone over here will canoodle with this redstone. You'd have to put a block on it, and it would still update it if that block, so yeah, that's why you have to shift it over and move it as well. But yeah, there is other methods that I'm probably going to start looking at. I know Silent Whisperer's got some stuff on there. I mean, I know his is Bedrock. But essentially, I took this kind of build and I took Zoom Avoid's design that he did for Java, and I basically retrofitted it for Bedrock, so that would work. And I come up with a much better circuit that actually worked to make an auto kelp smelter, actually, which works really good as an XP farm. Well, it works pretty good anyway. Not super awesome, but not as much as it used to. Alright, I'll punch in that one there. And we'll let that keep doing its thing. Yeah, so it's a bit shitty, but it is what it is. So in here now, hopefully we shouldn't be getting too much more of this. And that, I'm going to take them out just so I can monitor this situation to make sure that we don't get any crazy shit going on. Probably could do this potentially. Let's go like this and put those ones in there. Yes, so that there now, we can pretty much let that go and it should do all that, and anything else will end up in there. So yes, I'll leave that go, but yeah, something was going on there. I'm not really sure. So there might have been, I noticed there was some weird shit coming through the other day, and I thought it might have been because of that double pulsing, but now I'm not sure at all. Hello, zombie. Goodbye, zombie. Yeah, so I've been messing with a few different things. You got the copper bulbs are pretty cool. I feel like they've been really overshadowed by the crafter. But a copper bulb, I think it's been the greatest thing since the Observer when you really think about it. Because if you think about the Observer, right? And then go, well, what did the Observer do for what did the Observer do for Minecraft, right? So you used to have block update detectors with pistons and things like that. Well, now you have basically got that in a single block. So, you know, whereas the copper bulb, what does it do? It's a T flip-flop in a single, Hey, you're breaking my farm. Seriously. Seriously, man. Honestly. Right, that's it. Oh, oh, it's going to be like that, is it? It's going to be like that. It's your farm. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Wow, here's a feisty one. Um, yeah, so back to what we were saying before though, these farms taking a lot of these things, like going cool, going and grabbing some of the things that you need. We'll go over to the desert, we'll grab some of these, we'll go over to bamboo jungle, grab some of those, getting all the things and bringing them back and kind of making your farms from there, bringing all the stuff from all the biomes to you and working with that. But yes, so I was kind of going through some thoughts today, going, what farms can I put in next? What can I do? And I always look at the mechanics. So I'm like, well, cool, I can use this to make bone meal, and then I could make a system where I can essentially switch the stream, so I can have it go to the wood farm and have it go to somewhere else. At the same time, you can generate wood, or you can do something else. So you can have multiple outputs for essentially where that's going to go. And this thing just grows mushrooms like no tomorrow. But yeah, I want to kind of get this because I want to sort of refactor this whole farm too. I want to sort of take it, possibly put the wood farm here. I might even look at putting the bone mealer and all that up on the hill or something somewhere, so we can obviously send it through hoppers and send it to where it's got to go, or even water streams, whatever. Any of those things will work. So yeah, we could put it somewhere and then have it go into a storage system, and then yeah, do it that way. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We want to grab this. We want to, oops, we ended up with 19. No, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Like that, and then yeah, just keep punching those out because. Oh, come on, grow. Oh, I know why it won't grow. I missed some. Helps when I actually cut it down, doesn't it? Yeah, I do try and get my iron farm out pretty early. I sort of, yeah, I mean, I've played games where I've sort of stuck with stone for a while and sort of just went, yeah, let's just draw it out. But I do think it's nicer to sort of get into it, and actually got 3. I'll need more. I need an axe too. Do 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 do. Get a couple of those. Yeah, so I want to get a bigger version of this, and basically what it's going to do is it's just going to punch it out. It's going to go into some double chests, then it's going to go into 2 hoppers underneath, then it's going to go into probably, well, there's going to be 2 bone mealers per chest, and then it's just going to take them into there and punch them through that, and they'll just come out the other end. In my world, I went from no tools to iron tools, skip wood and stone, still don't have the Stone Age advancement. Yeah, no, well that's it too, like, sometimes you can, you can skip that whole thing entirely. I mean, you do get to a point where when you played the game for so long, you're like, yeah, you know what, I don't even want to do that. But that's pretty cool, actually, the fact you've even skipped it entirely. So how did you do that, actually? Did you just sort of go, all right, I'm going to use wood, and then how did you manage to get your iron? Did you, like, kill an iron golem? I did a weird thing where I didn't punch a tree off the start. Oh. So, yeah, how did that play out? Now I'm intrigued. You've got me intrigued because I started thinking about that more, and I'm like, hang on a minute, how'd you get your ores? You know, did you like kill an iron golem or something to get iron? How did you get your iron? Shipwreck. Yeah, that'll work. Well, that's kind of a cool little thing to do. Like in that order, that's a neat idea, man. Like instead of actually having it so, you know, you're doing it that way. Well, yeah, you can just skip that entirely. That's a cool little idea, though. I do like it. When people don't play the game how, like, it's intended. You colour outside the lines. Yeah, I like this. Oh, hey. Oh, what's going on, Aussie Cat Dad? How the hell are you, mate? How you been? How'd your stream go last night? I had to duck out because I had some stuff come up, but I do like joining your streams, mate. When I can, I do love coming in supporting fellow Aussies. That's for sure. Um, 54 videos now. Do you really? That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Like skipping the whole stone and wood thing, and then moving straight to iron is pretty cool. It was good. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean I've jumped on in the middle of the day, dude, because well, for me everything's all over the place at the moment. I used to be teaching TAFE as a IT teacher teaching web programming, but injured my ankle, so now my sleeping pattern's all over the place because I've fractured my ankle, full thickness tear of ligaments, all sorts of shit like that, and it's just like, oh my god. So yeah, not only is it affecting my sleep, but the painkillers, if I have to have them in the day, well then I'm kind of screwed because it throws out my sleeping pattern. I'll have a nap and then I'm like, now I'm all over the place. So it is good to be back doing something during the day, though, because for a little bit I was like, oh, I'm awake, it's 4 a.m., I'll stream, which was good because you get a whole different audience, I guess. But I don't know, when you sort of you feel a bit out of it when your circadian rhythms and stuff start going out. That's for sure. Uh, it is, mate. Do you work and stuff? What do you do, mate? If you don't mind me asking, if you don't mind saying on here too, because some people are a bit funny about what they want to share and they want their privacy and that sort of stuff. So if you don't want to say, don't have to. But yeah, I'm starting to think those hoppers there are starting to fill up a little bit. All right, that's why I like having the chest below it too, Razor. Um, might run over here and see if I can throw that out. Go and have a little sleepy. Um, Cat rehoming charity, dude, that's awesome. I mean, all the dogs we've got dogs, right? So we got some cats too, but all the dogs and stuff we've got too. Same thing, like rescue dogs, things like that. It is sad to sit there and think that people I mean, it is. There's a couple of different reasons now. It used to be just, oh my god, I can't believe people would just sort of throw you away like you're nothing. But I think we've got a whole different other thing coming out now too, where people are struggling to stay in rentals and things like that, and they can't have pets, and then they have to go, well, sadly can't keep them. I don't. It breaks my heart to get rid of them. Like I've actually come across a few people even on Facebook and stuff like that, just going, look, I can't believe I'm writing this post. I'm really bloody sad. I love this dog, and I need to find somebody that can like look after it until I can get another place, or ultimately, take him permanently. But I need him to go to a good home or whatever. So yeah, today's your day off. That's good, mate. Yeah, it is nice to sit there and. I mean, that's why I haven't been streaming for a few days, because sometimes I just like to go around and, just support other people too. See how their day's going and stuff as well, and helping them with their stream and stuff. Yeah, and I mean, you guys probably do see that too. Different reasoning for it, not just like, hey mate, I don't want this dog anymore. Thought I could keep him and I can't, or whatever. But you probably see the housing crisis thing going on a lot. There's a lot of different things affecting this now. It's not just like, oh, this dog's too big for me and I can't have it or whatever. It's also, people can't have those pets and they have to get forced to move houses and stuff like that. And that's been something I think that's been probably happening far more now. I actually have come across a few people that have been in that situation. They're just like, dude, like they'll be tears in their eyes. They love their pet, but they just can't keep them. They're just sort of forced to have to give them up. So yeah, it is. It is hard. It's really hard to see people in that situation too. Um, and the number of animals that just get put down and stuff too, mate. Like it's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I look into my Staffy's eyes, and he's the most beautiful dog. I couldn't picture what would happen if he, had to be euthanized or something. That would just be horrible. So, affects us both ways. Yeah, we get people needing to give them up and less people adopt. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a double hit, isn't it? That's the thing that I think is really, really the tragedy of it. It is the double tragedy, because it's like you'll get that happening, and yeah, so you get less people adopting because more people are renting. Because times have gotten harder as well. Some people have had to sell their houses and they have to rent, and because they have to rent, well, then they're in that whole housing crisis rental fiasco, and it just makes things really bloody difficult all round. Um, I mean, yeah, I used to be in that, but thankfully no. Now we're buying our house and we've got all that sort of stuff, so it's sort of at least got somewhere that we don't have to deal with renting. We can make sure that our pets have a home, and yeah, I mean we got all sorts of stuff too. We got horses. Um, what have we got? How many horses we got now? One, two, three and a foal. We've got a sheep. We've got three dogs and two cats. So yeah, we kind of wanted the whole. My missus is a bit like collect the whole set. Like can we have like a Highlands cow? See, it's like, uh, I seen this video the other day and I totally related to it. It was on Facebook, mate. And it's got this guy and he's like, his missus is packing stuff away in the back of the car and he goes, when you see your wife and you're like, damn, right? And then he goes and sees there's a whole bunch of animals in the back. He's like, damn it, damn it, damn it. She's brought home a whole bunch of new animals. I'm like, that's great. I could totally relate to that. It's like, damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, man. But yeah, no, I was like totally relate to that because I'm like, yeah, no, 100% she'll bring something home. Like we just brought home, we got a male there actually, male dog that's there, and we do have a female purebred kelpie, and everyone's like, man, you know what, you need to at least get a couple of pups out of her because she is really, really, and she's like got a really nice temperament. She's just the most beautiful dog. And small kelpie too, not like the bigger ones either. So she's and very, very smart. She's a thinker. So, and I mean, with enough pets in the world, we're probably like, well, no, but we decided, yeah, you know what, we probably should at least get one set of pups out of her. Somebody was saying there at one point that you know, because she's like what 3 or is it 4 now? And yeah, they say it's better to actually do that because they have something where they get. I think it's like it helps them to avoid some of the problems they can get later. Like I think it's like I don't know. I think it's something to do with their uterus or something. I don't know exactly. My partner's the dog person. She loves them. She knows all the stuff. But she's like, look, hey, yeah, we probably should do that with her. At least get one set of pups out of her. And honestly, there is some people around here that are, you know, farmers and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, 100%, we need dogs. There's none around. And that's the other thing too. You get all these. Oh, no worries, no worries. Let me know when you're back. Anyway, are you still here, Mr. Razor, or not? Just digging in the nether. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, no. Before you get your phone call, what was I going to say? Yeah. So we're trying to like I don't know. We got a few farmers around here that they're like, dude, there is no kelpies because well, people don't want to breed them because well, you know, they don't want to. I think people are getting a little bit more sensible about their breeding too, in like at least in the country because people can't afford to keep them. But yeah, no, we're like, hey, we'll try and get some pups, and I mean, it would nearly be criminal not to get some offspring from her because both her and her brother are very, very intelligent. I mean, and I mean, that's the thing. People need to put some thought into when they do get pets too. You need to know what you're getting and all that sort of stuff. Like you don't want to get a purebred kelpie and then keep it locked up. They need space to run. They need to do those things, you know. And I think before people do get an animal, they need to put some thought into whether you're right for that animal and whether that animal's right for you. So that's right, mate. But like my missus said, she said, yeah, she's like, what is it, 3 or is it 4 now? I can't even remember. But she needs to, yeah, she hasn't had any pups, and I think she said it is better for them. I can't remember. It might be something to do with their, they do get something. I can't remember whether it's like they get some, like ovarian cancer or like I don't know. There's some sort of thing that they get, and she said, yeah, once they get past a certain point, um, yeah, it's better to sort of at least get one set of pups out of them. So it is kind of naturally what they're sort of designed to do. But that being said, you know, obviously you don't want to sit there and just start. Like there is people out there I know who are just running puppy mills. And I'm like, there's one guy that's around here, and I believe like the RSPCA and stuff have been on him numerous times because he's literally just punching out Labradors like no tomorrow. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, not only to the point where it's bad for the mothers, like they're just you can just see it's taken a toll on them. That's why people have turned up there, I'm assuming, because I heard about that and I was like, yeah. Uh, People just doing that constantly, just going, cool, yep, it's a good source of income, great, cool, I'm going to punch them out, I don't have to do much for it, and here's a biscuit, you know, and some water, go and make me some money. It's pretty sad, so. But yeah, I don't know. No, we love animals, and you know, we just sort of the ones we have, like our Staffy, he's amazing. I mean, he's basically just like he's like a teenager. Like literally, he's inside now. He'll just lay on the couch or lay on his little bed on the floor and just, you know, it's like having a teenager that just doesn't want to get up. Desexing later. Wait. Let me read this. It's definitely better than underbreed. Yeah, no. I believe that there's evidence to suggest that desexing later is better these days. Really? So, like, not desexing them. Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, years ago, I was sitting there thinking the same thing. Like, if people all sort of made sure their pets didn't get out and stuff like that, yeah, good. But I actually kind of thought that years ago. I was sitting there like, hey, um, now, I mean, it's probably easier for us blokes to think about. Like, imagine that you were able to sit there and develop your voice and develop your masculinity and all that sort of stuff. And then let's imagine you had to get desexed, right? Then, like, once all your everything's formed, then sure, you know. So the same thing, I guess, with the animals because they've been able to develop everything. Um, I think naturally that probably makes a bit more sense. I mean, because you know, think about how it happens in the wild, I guess, because you know before they were domesticated, um, yeah, essentially that's what had happened. You know, they'd never get desexed, so letting them go longer makes sense. Super irresponsible people like that don't care about the dogs. I know, dude. Oh man, yeah, this guy lives just outside, sort of between here and the next major town, and I heard about that, and I'm just like, dude, fuck. And these, like, if you've seen the dog, which I have seen the dog, it's just super heartbreaking to see. I'm just like, holy fuck. It just made me sad. I'm like, look at her. She's fucked. Like, she's worn out, broken, like, just, yeah. But, I think something happened there because I actually think that she got bitten by a snake and freaking died, so his puppy mill stopped. Um, So I heard that from the vet. So anyway, people are, yeah, I know. By later, I mean 12 to 18 months old rather than younger. Yeah, yeah, that's it. I mean, I think that's probably a good thing because, I mean, when you think about the ways that, the hormones and everything help to, build their bodies and even not just their bodies too, I think. Because even Flick, she's intact, right? She hasn't been desexed or anything. That's our female kelpie. I don't know. Like I've seen some other. There's another female kelpie that we ran into, and she was completely different, but she was desexed. Whereas Flick, I don't know. She's a thinker. She's very just a good temperament. Good temperament. Good with kids. She's like placid. She's submissive. Uh, and but also at the same time, when you get her out in the paddock or something with sheep, she'll go over and back. She'll stop. All of those three things pretty much happen with very little training. And then, so she worked it out pretty quick. And then when it come to, how do we get her to do walk up? She taught herself how to walk up. Because what she did is one afternoon there, we were over Jess's mum's house. That's my partner, right? So we're over her mum's house, and she's got some chooks over there, right? And anyway, so she knows the drill that the chooks have got to go back in before it gets dark. So here she is, and she's like slowly walking up and going over and sort of mustering the chooks into the chook house. So anyway, all we did is went, well, we'll just add the command, walk up, that's it, walk up, and she's walking up, and they're like, good girl, and that was it. Like, but essentially, she's taught herself most of the things. Just great dog. Very intelligent. Like you'll see her sitting there sometimes, and she'll look at you and tilts her head, and she's like trying to go, is this what you mean? Is this it? And oh, that's what you mean. Oh, and she'll connect it together. She has a good think about it though. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So yeah, you're rescuing. You've got a shelter to try and to help some of these situations that people that at least either aren't responsible with their animals or end up in some sort of situational thing where they can't keep them or but that's great. I mean, yeah, it's hard too, man, because these days even the funding and things like that, I don't even know what that's like these days. Like I know that I was speaking to somebody a while ago and they're like, yeah, no, we don't get a lot of help to do it, and it costs a lot of money to keep that sort of thing going. Especially when you consider, well, you've got to, take on animals of all sizes too. Take a lot off the street too, pregnant cats, abandoned cats. I bet that happens so much. Like, cause you get like lots of people and they're just like, oh, the cat's pregnant. Oh, oh, I can't do it, and they'll just get rid of it. Cats, I think, are probably less. How do I put it? Like people will probably hold on to a dog more than they will a cat. That's how it feels, at least, when you sort of look at some people. They'll sort of, I don't know, seem less connected to the cat than the dog, I guess. Self-sufficient. I don't know. It must be something like that. Hey, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, righto, mate. You're an outdoor cat now. See you later. I don't know. It's just, I guess people have varying levels of that they care about animals. I guess some people are very like, their animals are like their kids. Other people are like, yeah, whatever, mate. They're just some discardable thing. I'll get a new one, or I thought I could deal with this and I can't. Or even worse, I've seen one of my friends, and she, like, this is years ago, and she's like, oh, I can't keep this animal. Can you take it for me or whatever, right? So she'll just do that. But then in next to no time, she'll go and get something else. And you're like, you just need change, don't you? You're just getting this like it's an accessory, like a bag or a... I'm like, this is like, don't sit there and go, oh, I really need somebody to take this cat. I thought I could look after it, and then 2 weeks later you've got a new cat. I'm like, what? Like these things aren't like a bloody Gucci handbag or something, mate. Just if you can't keep a cat, don't get more. But a pregnant cat lives around sick and will cause problems for the mum and kittens in the future. Yeah, I know. There is some people, man, where you're just like, I don't even know how no one's sort of like caught onto you already. Because yeah, there is some people that are like, dude, you shouldn't be having cats or shouldn't be having animals. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'd hate to think what these people would be like looking after kids, if they can't look after their animals. Animals are a big responsibility as well, so you do have to make sure that, you've got the space, you've got the time, and I think that is something too, where people are going, yeah, I can do it. Well, you also have to be a little bit intelligent and go, well, look, we live in a pretty fast-paced life now. Does your job allow for it? Does your schedule allow for that? You might be busy as a mother or a father or anything, or you might be your job. It might be just your balance of your life doesn't allow. Like you're like, oh yeah, I don't have the time for that. I could never do that. Well, just don't do it then. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. There's people out there that probably shouldn't, but they just get one animal after another, and it's crazy, man, crazy. But it's super good what you're doing, man. I hope that you are getting some sort. I don't know what sorts of funding and things you guys can get, though. Is the thing. I'm not aware of. Like even now, it's probably even harder to get any assistance with anything like that. The one thing that's annoyed me though, like for years and years and years, is that I'll find, like last time I found somebody's cat, and I wasn't in a situation where I could do anything about it at that time. Like I couldn't look after it because I wasn't a rental. I didn't have the financial means and things like that, and so I had to take this cat to the RSPCA. Hang on, I think someone's outside. Give me a second. But I had to take this cat to the RSPCA, and then the RSPCA are going, I'm sorry, we can't take it. You're going to have it. And I'm like, well, you're not hearing me. I can't. I can't have this cat. Give me a second. I'll just check out here. Oh, good news. I think it's the essential energy, dude. Reconnecting the power, because I turned up here earlier while I was asleep, right, early this morning, because I was trying to get my sleeping pattern into order. And they left a note on the door saying, yep, we've disconnected your power. I'm like, oh, thanks for that. Wrong house. They messed up. Yeah, so I think that's what just happened. I just heard some banging outside, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you just reconnected the power. Cool. Yeah. For not helping power hand. RSP shouldn't. Yeah, I know. Dude, I see so many things where, and that's why. I mean, I just made a thing now where I don't give the RSPCA my money because I'd rather do it for somebody else who does it because I'm just like, dude, every time that I've donated money to you, it seems like I don't know what you're doing with your money, but certainly you're turning people away, and I don't know. Putting your money somewhere else or something because it's not going where it should be. So I don't know whether they're going and just I don't know. They seem to be turning away a lot, and I'm like, well, you can't say that it costs a lot of money to put animals down or whatever. And every time that I went to that RSPCA where that was, there'd be bugger all animals there. So I'm like, well, it doesn't look like you're looking after too many either. So I'm like, well, fuck that. I mean, excuse my French, but I'm just like, fuck that. You know what? If they claim to be doing, one thing, they say one thing but do another. Well, I'm just like, I don't know. I tend to stop believing them, and I'm just like, you know what? You're not really doing a terrible lot. I feel like I'm trying to do more for the situation than they are. Like, I'll try and rehome the cat. I'll try and find somebody that will take it. And you know what? And that's the other thing too. You go to jump on Facebook and say, "Hey, look, we've found this cat, and RSPCA won't have it. If you own this cat, please let us know. If no one collects it in a certain time, if you'd like this cat, also let me know." Well, you can't even say that on Facebook. Oh no, you can't do that because you might be selling an animal, and that's frowned upon. No, we're not selling it. We're trying to give it a bloody home. It's so frustrating, man. It's like you feel like you're just fighting against the grain. It's just like, Jesus Christ. I reckon people are, mate, to be honest. I totally agree with that one because, yeah, I feel like the larger ones, I don't know where it's going, but it's not going where it should, I think. But it's crazy. I've had multiple cats, a few dogs, and there has been a couple where I used to live, where I found them and I was like, hey, can you at least scan it? And they've done that. Yep, has no microchip, so you'll have to look after it yourself. I'm like, oh, great. So then I'll sit there and try and rehome it, and there's some people that are just like, you know what, that's a lovely dog. I can't believe somebody would just sort of, you know, doesn't isn't coming forward. And I'm like, yeah, well, me too. So, um, but yeah, like it's just I don't know. You got to wonder sometimes. You just like you see a dog and you're like, wow, this dog is fucking amazing. And I've even seen some dogs and you're like, this is an expensive dog. Like, why? Nefarious things with animals when they get. That's true. That's true too. So that is always a worry. And once again, it's the minority ruining it for the majority, mate. Because, and even a few years back, when I used to live in another town, there was a huge epidemic of people going around stealing people's dogs and coming far and wide too, because I think they were taking them to Sydney and stuff for dog fighting rings. I'm like, for fuck's sakes. So you'd have to lock up your dogs and make sure that no one could get in. And they were doing all kinds of weird shit that we started cottoning onto, and we actually, we reported it and stuff because they were putting like ribbons on people's fences, marking the gutter out in the front of their house with a certain paint or a certain marking. And it was just like, Jesus Christ, no one's safe, are they? Um, yeah. And I think they actually ended up catching them because I don't think they were quite in Sydney. I think they were somewhere slightly north of there. It might have been like Scone or Singleton or something. It was somewhere that was like slightly north of there, and they ended up busting this massive dog fighting ring. And there was a whole bunch of them there when they actually raided it. So I was like, well, they got a lot of them during that, I don't, they probably get a slap on the wrist too. That's the other problem. And I mean, these are just the things that people are like, yeah, these things exist. Well, you don't really seem to care until it's something like, oh, my dog's been taken, and then you have to sit there and wonder, is your dog currently battling for their life? You know what I mean? Like, people don't really put a lot of thought into it. Yeah, it's sad, man. There's not everybody is. Uh, I mean, not everyone's. I don't like to sit there and try and go, well, you know what? Everyone's an asshole. There are some nice people out there. Nice people do still exist. Um, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes that it is a bit disheartening. You sort of lose your faith in humanity. But for every one case where you lose your faith in humanity, you do come across something. You're like, you know what? There are nice people still out there. And you see some nice things happening. That's what I always say to people too. Try and be the good that you want to see in the world. So, but yeah, no, the penalties are laughable. That's for sure, 100%. Um, But yeah, I think a lot of these things, mate, it's just the way of the world too, isn't it? I mean, I know that seems like such a cliche thing that people say all the time now, but the way of the world now is shit. Like there's just people, the minority, the majority have to suffer for the minority doing the wrong thing, and it's shit. So, oh, I have to swap my controller out. Give me a sec. My batteries are going dead. All right, quick pit stop. I'm back. Yeah, no, it is pretty. I don't know. I try not to get too disheartened with it. Like I said, for every set of things where you're like, you lose your faith in humanity, there is some nice things that come of it too. So it is nice when you still see good people. That's for sure. Sometimes you see some things and you're like, my faith in humanity has been restored. It does make you wonder sometimes though. Like I do see some things and I'm just like, you know, some things, and it is still producing them. Why is it doing that? Okay, well this is slightly annoying. I don't know how much. I mean, this is Bedrock too, but this exists on Java as well, and this has to do with. Let me just make sure that didn't go on there. No. Oh, what the hell happened with that? Uh. Oh wait. Oh, there it is. No, we're good. I panicked there for a second. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. So over here we've got the crafters in place. Now these things are supposed to fire when this signal gets to 9, and this one here is set at 8, right? So this comparator says this is 8, and then when that gets to 9, that is supposed to do that, but there's a bug where it double fires, so I'm still getting like heavy pressure plates and shit like that. I do feel like, I mean, I know it's for Bedrock mostly, but I do feel like it is worth looking at some of the mechanics, because some of those are extrapolated from Java anyway, about how the crafter works. But look at Silent Whisperer's stuff, because he does point to some good points there. There is some, if you're going to start in your 1.21, it's probably worth looking at. I'm probably going to make some actual videos on this myself. I'll start doing some YouTube stuff and actually doing some tutorials and stuff like that. Looking at the mechanics, look at what works, what doesn't work, all the things that are broken, all the things that are good. So, that's true. We have amazing people come in and adopt from us. People giving a chance to the very shy and scared. Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, and that's nice too. When you get people like that too, it's really nice to sit there and see, you know, that they do go to a good home. I mean, if you sit there and think about it this way, imagine reincarnation as a thing, and you're like, right, you've come back as this cat. Would you want to be just shunned and thrown out in the street, all that sort of stuff, or would you like to hope? Why is this thing spitting out eggs still? No, no, oh, Jesus, man, honestly, no, no. This here age-old circuit should work, very reliable, proven through time. For some reason, spitting out eggs. I don't know whether it's when I slightly go out of the area or what, but look at this. I'll even load it up with a ton of them, and it'll spit them out. No worries. See? Punching them out. Why is that spitting out eggs? It shouldn't spit out eggs. I'm confuzzled. So anyway, I'm confuzzled. I don't know why it's doing it. See? No eggs. But yeah, man. I hope. I wish you the best in what you're doing. And it is a very noble and nice thing to do to do what you're doing. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to do this because it's easy, but it's hard but necessary. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, look, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. It does feel like going against the grain, but yeah, you're doing it, and that's a good thing to do. One of my friends a little while ago, she's like, "Oh, Steve, I struggle to find a good partner. I found all these bad people and this and that," and I'm just like, "Look, don't lose hope. Um, there is still good people out there, and bloody bloody blah. Anyway, and it's like I look for this kind of person, and blah 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 blah. Anyway, and I said, here's a random one. Now, there's all kinds of relationship advice that people could give somebody, right? Oh, we'll just do this or do that, or go to church, or don't find one at the pub, or whatever it is, right? I've gone, and I was going to suggest something else, and I went, actually, no. Find somebody who has animals, a bunch of animals, seriously, because animals take a lot of patience to look after, and if you like animals, well, guess what? That might work too. But half the time, you get some people and they're like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm buying a horse because I can't rely on a single person. And animals love you unconditionally, so screw that. So I said, yeah, find somebody with animals. And I think now she's met somebody who has animals, and she's like, oh, it's really great. I'm like, okay, maybe there was something to that. I didn't really think that advice through too much, but it seemed to make sense at the time. Cool. Find somebody with animals, people. There we go. I reckon. I don't know how many bloody mushrooms from a mushroom farm in a mangrove place. Will that be enough? What's that? 1,628, 256. Maybe let's just get a little bit more. I'll fill this. I'll fill up one line at least, and we'll get like a bunch of them. Um, yeah. So I don't actually know. I haven't actually built one of those yet. In the mangroves. See, I was always all about, hey, let's just dig out a slime chunk, which is very time consuming. The number of slime chunks I've cut out in my time has been, I've lost count. But Certainly not the most fun job when no one helps you. I mean, yeah, it's fun the first few times, but it does get pretty old. But yeah, apparently you can do it even easier using a mangrove. Go into the mangrove area and you can just cut one out there, so which is good. Um, yeah, I might, I'll do a little bit more, and then I'll start looking at some of these other farms. And these things are super satisfying to cut down, aren't they? Like just boom, brah. always get varying amounts too. Like you get like 12 or 10, and then you'll get like 26, and you're like, what the hell? Oh no! Oh no! We ran out. Yeah, I'm totally going to upgrade this because we didn't have much. We didn't have much slime, so I just put 3 in because we had 3 pieces of slime. But I think what I'll do is I'll find a higher point somewhere, and I'll get it generating, like smashing out a bunch of these, probably 8, something like that. Hello, Pyfro. Uh, wait, can you not hear me? On my way to work. Oh, no audio. Oh, wait. Are you saying... Wait, no audio, hey, Steve. Wait, can you guys all hear me? Now I'm confused. Hopefully everyone else can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Razor? Aussie Cat Dad? In Pyfro? Like, Pyfro says no audio or something, so I'm not sure if he's getting my audio. I've got no audio because on the bus. Oh! Oh. I see. So grabbing some mushrooms for a slime farm. Then going to build some other farms. So I'll show him in a second what I'm going to do. There we go, look at that. I'm willing to adapt for people that don't have audio even, especially Pyfro. Such a cool dude. I've met some cool people on here, honestly. There's I mean, there's been some. Once again, it's the same thing as we were saying before. Aussie Cat Dad. Is that you'll get some people and you're like, wow, this is. It just makes you feel like just giving up streaming there and then. You're like, wow, this is shit. But for every person like that, like you probably meet three people that are fully awesome top people too. So yeah, it balances out, and it's nice when you meet you guys and you get people that trying to make their way up, trying to entertain people, trying to put good into the world. It is nice to actually meet people that are attempting to do some good things. Oh, I'll go and show Pyfro. When are you going to build builds, not just redstone? That's yes. True. Wait. Working on getting better. For example, look, I built this. Okay, look, and I've not just kept things like really plain. I've made little things that have. So you look at this. I've been upgrading things. I've been working on things. Look, see, look. You know, we've got this has got multiple stories now. We've got some things up here. We've got a pizza oven. What more could you want? See, pizza oven there. See, come in here and pizza oven. This does your house have a pizza oven, Pyfro? Bet it doesn't. Till you've got a pizza oven, my friend. Yeah. You haven't lived until you've made a pizza oven, okay? I want to see a pizza oven in your world when you're on next, okay? Yeah, too easy, mate. Well, have a good afternoon, and good luck at work, and may the force be with you. I'm assuming you're on your way to work at least, possibly. I'm building these things, so. Redstone tree farm, auto sugarcane farm, auto bamboo farm, auto cactus farm, kelp farm, villager crop farm, villager breeder. That's my to-do wall. But look, you know, so many things. We've been filling this up. Built a base. Look, this was where I started. Before, it's a progressive improvement thing. This here was my base. This is my functional base, right? Like, hey, it's got everything I need. Crafting table. I had my bed here. Some chests, an infinite water source. This was where the nether portal was. And a mine. It's all that any batch pad needs. So, yeah. It's a batch pad, okay? That was the batch pad. Probably should seal it off and forget about it, but it's nostalgic. So, yes. I actually started over in a different area, which was just over the hill a little bit over there. Because over here, we do. Oh yeah, this is something that Herno did the other day too. He was like, did this thing here, and I was like, what has he done? He's like, use your shovel here. I'm like, oh. He's like, I don't know what to do with this room. Does this mean I passed my homework? Because I told him to do his homework on redstone a little bit. And yeah, he passed. Very nicely. Boom. Yes, so, and actually, you know what? The, those flush piston doors in Bedrock, if you want to challenge yourself as a Java player, you want to see how painful it really is, try and build a flush piston door in Bedrock. Like, it's painful. Yeah, so we have a small gold farm over here, that we can, actually, you know what, I'm going to go take this. What? No. I want this. Let me have it. Yeah, so, what was I saying now? I've forgotten. Don't mind me. I was just forgetting things. Pyfro was doing that last night. He's like, don't mind me. I'm just streaming. You have your moments. You're like, I have no idea what I'm saying. Something about things. Yes. So it is nice when you do meet some streamers like Pyfro and you, Aussie Cat Dad. You definitely after talking with you a bit more too. It's nice to sort of get a bit more insight into. Oh, you put a sign up there. I didn't even realize. I didn't even see that. I'm like, that's awesome. Welcome. Yes. Boom. There we go. Perfect. So yeah. Oh, check this out. I love this. I love this. Because we don't have all the fancy things that you have in Java too, by the way. So add-ons and things like that are a thing. So here is. I don't know whether this is going to work, but I'm going to have a look. I think I bugged this add-on out because it wouldn't work yesterday when I did this part. When you take this off and add that, no, it's not working now. Why? It would show you your chunks. I don't know why it's not showing it now. So anyway, it's supposed to do it when you do that as well. Anywho's, so not to worry. But there is these, which I found pretty cool. So if we grab our armor stand, right, pop this down, and then let's say we've got like a bucket of water or something. Put a water bucket in its hand like this, and that'll actually show you visually how much it will, like if you plant a crop, that's how much it will go, like 4 in each direction. So if there is people that don't know, you can see that. So the other thing you can do is if you're sitting there and you're like, hey, I don't know much about iron farm mechanics and I really would like to know what area that there will actually cover. Well, if you were to sit there and find the spot where your center bed is going to be. So if we come into here, right, find where your center bed's going to be. So go like this. So let's just say that it's going to be. I'm trying to remember what actually was the center bed. It might be this one, it might not be. But if we pop this here, then put a piece of iron in his hand. When we come out here a little bit, what we should see in a moment, I'll just go up here so we can see a lot better. You can actually see this already. So, everything that is yellow is village. That's the village border. And everything that is that pink box down there is where the golems spawn. So, oh, is yours bedrock as well? Yeah, I know, man. There's some great people in this community. Seriously, like, yeah, I didn't know yours was bedrock as well, man. That's awesome. Wait, I thought I seen you playing Java, or you got like what the hell's it called, where you can actually play both? So yeah, this box shows you that area of where you can, and doesn't affect your achievements. But if you look up Mad Hatter's Tech mod or something like that, it's that, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It does more than that too. You can put like other things in the armor stand's hands. Like I think you can put in a full map or something as well. And it shows, like if you're near where a buried treasure is, it'll show you where to dig. What else is there? There's a stick. I think the stick might be, is it mob spawning area or something like that? If I go like this. No. This here is simulation distance. North. Right, and you'll see on this side. South. Right. East. You can see the directions, the cardinal directions. But if you come up on top there where we can actually see what the hell's going on. Where you can actually see it a little better. Because you have to sort of be above it. If you look at there, you've got 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and I think it goes 8 and 6 and 8 and all that sort of stuff, and outwards to that is simulation distance. So yeah, it'll actually show you sim distance and everything that you can see kind of visually where that is, which is kind of good because you're like, we talk about like, oh, how much is simulation distance for? Well, you can actually kind of see what that is. So I'm just trying to think. There is other things as well. You got stick. I can't remember what else there is. Yes. Oh, we got these the other day. Brought these back. There's can't remember what their names are. Is it Barry and Kevin? And I don't know. The other one doesn't have a name, but it's Barry and Kevin, I didn't think it through because I gave them a spider eye and they bred, so it is what it is. As it turns out, Barry's a girl. And they had a baby, so um, I wasn't sure if they were going to despawn because I actually had two of these in a boat. I walked away and they despawned. So I was like, ah, shit. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. There might be some bugginess because it's still experimental, but hopefully that's sorted out very soon. Chunk borders, totally helpful. I can't actually show you that at the moment. Like, if somebody else is on here with me, because for some reason it did some funky stuff. Like, when you would have this in here, it would show you those borders, but it's actually not doing it now. It seems to be broken. But the weird thing is when Herno was on, at some point it seemed to swap. So it was like, when he has this in his hand, I can see the chunk borders, and then vice versa. And I was like, what? So yeah, I might have to look at, I don't know, uninstalling it, reinstalling it, see if I can maybe unglitch it because it seems a bit. How you going? Yeah, so there's a few different things. Buckets. I'll tell you exactly what it is. So if you go to, so if I go, Mad had a tech resource pack with the top one in GitHub. If you look that up. So you go Mad Hatter Tech Resource Pack, and then you go down the bottom, click on the wiki on GitHub there, and you'll actually see that there's a table. So, for example, buried treasure will be like they'll either have one or two items that'll work. So this one just has one. You'll have a filled map, and that will show you. So if you get your buried treasure map, and you know you got a filled map in your hand. Well, and you put it into, I don't know if you hold it in your offhand or you put it in the armor stand now, but it shows you where to dig. If it's wrong, go over to the next chunk, try the same thing. Because when you actually go up to where X marks a spot, sometimes you might be slightly off, or especially if it just falls on a chunk border. So chunk lines around player, which will be firework rocket or nautilus shell. So I don't know why that's broken and stopped working, but it has. Water bucket and wheat seed shows you the crop watering area. Chest will show you density check area, which I think is the mob density check, something like that. So if you after, let me quickly sort of see if I can show you this. Let's go to somewhere it's flatter so I can actually show you. Wait, I better make sure that. Do I have a. No, I don't have a chest on me. I'll come over here and grab a chest too so I can show you. So anyway, I'll go through this. You got chest is for density check area. Ender Pearl is Enderman aggro, Endermite radius, and Enderman teleport cube. You've got Prismarine Shard. If you have that, it'll actually show you where the Guardian spawn spots are on top of a Ocean Monument. Illager targeting radius will show you is a crossbow. Iron Ingot or Red Flower Poppy will show you the iron one that I did before. A banner shows you the outpost spawn spot if you're in the outpost, the pillager outpost. Gunpowder is a scare area for creepers and skeletons, for cats. The stick is a simulation distance. Slime chunk markers is a nautilus shell as well. Spawn sphere is planks. So I'm going to show you both these. Watch this. So you have planks and you'll have a chest, right? So we're going to grab both of those things and we'll come over here a little ways. And I'll actually show you exactly this. Give me a second. I don't have my chat open too, by the way, so give me 1 second because I just closed it to read this list to you guys. But give me a sec. I'll show you this, right? So I will come back to the chat in just a jiffy. Yeah, so if we pop this here, this will be the density area. So I think this is where it shows you Where is it? Yeah, density. It says density around the edge. So I think that's the, I can't remember if it's the mob density area where basically they spawn. Something like that I think it is. So it will show you where that all is. So here, planks is the, what was planks again? Spawn sphere. This is pretty handy. So you know how you've got basically, you know, shows you where things spawn inside. That's basically that area right there. And that's pretty cool being able to do that on Bedrock, honestly. But having that like that to show you where that spawning area is going to be is invaluable. Like, so that's 100% 100% worth it. But I highly strongly, if you do play Bedrock and you do want to go and check that out, I totally recommend going on and checking that out. Just look up in Google Mad Hatter Tech Resource Pack and click on the GitHub link, and that should bring you back to that page. And if you just go down the bottom and click on Wiki, it'll actually show you everything about it. So, but yeah, no, it is super useful, man. Super useful. Worth checking that one out. I've been looking at a few little resource packs and stuff that we can use for Bedrock that will be handy for survival, like, and especially for a lot of different things. If you're a developed player and you're like, right, I want to know where the spawn area is, and I sort of want to see it visually. I mean, I know what it is in my head, but I want to see that. Well, it's sort of it helps with that. So, oh, I wonder, can I unglitch this if I do this? I just thought something, because yesterday I might have had this here, and if I do something like this, and now I take the Nautilus shell out. Let's try this. I'll see if I can unglitch this. Because yesterday I did that and it seemed to, damn, I was hoping that would work. Yeah, when you have the Nautilus shell there, it kind of, it doesn't do it in the oh, you going to sleep, mate? Good night, Razor. Yeah, I'll catch you later, mate. Thanks for jumping in and joining the stream, and yeah, when I jumped in and seen your mate on earlier, I thought you'd be playing, but you were busy playing Minecraft instead. So yeah, but anyway, thanks for jumping in anyway. I shall talk to you later. Good night. Yeah, so having that stuff there in place so you can actually see, you know, what's sort of going on visually is pretty handy. But yeah, just check it out in GitHub, man. Like, you'll see the actual the pack there. It should be a release of it and everything like that. I'm actually looking at the moment releasing my own packs. I do like that idea. I want to get some things happening where it's similar to Java, where you've got, like, even with Redstone, you can see like 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. You can actually see the numbers, and maybe have like directional stuff, have like pretty much the ultimate Redstone texture pack that you can add in to your world. So I do want to look at doing that, and possibly even developing my own texture pack that's like aesthetic like this as well. So something else that you can use. I do like this. I do like the vanilla BD Vanilla Craft one. It comes in multiple, you know, variants and things like that. There is a bug currently at the moment in Minecraft, where I'll show you in a second. I'll just pump this out of there. Pop that into there, pop that into there, pop. Oh wait, did I put that Nautilus shell back in? I did. Keeps ending up there, doesn't it? Yeah, so um, yeah, so I do wanna come up with something like this. I do like the way that this vanilla Betty craft looks, but the bug that exists, which I'll show you right now, and there's a few items it does this with. Maybe I don't have one on me. I'll have to make one. So let's say we have this, and then I go and make a hopper is a good example. You can see it pretty much. So here, I can't see it in my hand. So look, torch, where's the hopper? And then you go out to third person, you're like, what the actual hell is that? You know, you're like, okay, that's crazy. Same thing with string. String looks like mega big, stuff like that. It's just crazy. Oh, I do think too that I think string might actually be one of the things that you put into the armor stand too. I think from memory. Anyway, but have a look on the wiki. Check that out. I'm probably gonna start looking at doing some videos on different texture packs and things that are available. Um, probably more start with like utility stuff. Um, and for example, if you look at chunk finding stuff, you got stuff that's really visual like that. It might work for some people. It might not work for other people. Uh, do you just want something that appears like, down the bottom above your hotbar or up in the top right or somewhere, and it says chunk border, chunk corner, because there's one that does that. There's another one with a mini map sort of thing that appears. So there's a few different variants that you can get in that. Some people just want something that's very simple like that, and other useful sort of utility ones as well. For example, if you get like your durability down, you might want something to come up and give you a audible or visual warning that it's about to break, so you can go and repair it. That seems to be one that's people kind of look for as well. Um, what do you run on yours, mate? And are you running a realm or are you running like on Nodecraft or something else, or how you got your setup happening? Let me know. That'd be keen to see how you got set up. But a Nodecraft server, yeah. See, I think that's how I eventually probably will go. See, my problem has been that most of the people that I was playing with at a certain point were console players, which once again, console is so sandboxed, it's so limiting, it's not fun. But if like I said, even through here, if I meet some people that are, you know, down to really play like a full survival series, I mean, imagine a team that is like Hermitcraft, but a whole bunch of us are Aussies or something. Like, how cool would that be? Um, so yeah, if I had a whole bunch of people that play on PC, that play Bedrock, that wanted to sort of do a season of it, that'd be cool. Because I mean, farms and stuff like that, redstone, I can do all that sort of stuff. I can help with that. Um, and all I have at the moment is Foxy Node Armor Stand Pack. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the best one that I seen before I seen this one. But yeah, I do want to start looking at some of the packs that are out there, and either like for example, this one here seems to be working great. There seems to be some sort of bug with the Nautilus shell at the moment, but I'll see if I can work out what that is. Maybe even fix it in the code myself, and then um, just run that. So, But that is a nice part about you know, the packs and stuff. You can just sit there and, you know, take a MC pack or something and just, you know, unzip it, and because they're basically just a zip file, and then, you know, just go and have a look in it. Oh, hey, I wrote something last night that might be slightly on the edge of being slightly not legal. But like, let's say this pack, right? So I bought this from the marketplace, and I'm like, hey man, it'd be cool if I could like modify this pack a little bit, make a few changes for redstone and stuff. It would be good, you know. And I had like a pack that I just run myself. I don't want to distribute it or anything. I just want it for me. And then so I went, cool. I'll just go and find where the store downloads it to, and then I'll go and have a little look in the files, and I'll just modify some stuff, right? And then I realized, oh god, okay, so they encrypt the entire pack. I can't even view it. You go and view a file, you go view the image, doesn't work. You go view the JSON files or anything, doesn't work. I'm like, wow, it's all encrypted. So I spent probably a couple hours last night, and I wrote a piece of software that actually decrypts marketplace packs. I cracked it, worked out how to do it, and now I tested it, and I'm like, yep, BD Craft. I've got that pack, and I can see all the files. I'm like, I mean, I don't want to sit there, and I'm not using it for legal purposes. I just want to actually look inside it and make my own pack that I can use for my own self, and that's it. You know, like, it's not like I'm going, cool, I'm going to go and redistribute this and make money off someone else's work or something. Like, I don't want to do that. You know, I just want to customize it and use it for my own self. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I ended up getting this thing, and then I just basically I worked out that there's only a couple files that you really need to do that. There's oh wait, yeah, consoles limiting, unfortunately, which is where other realms are good. I swapped over to realms, buggy and all this. They have gotten less buggy. They've gotten better now. Now better in the way that there's a couple of things too. So I'll show you this as well. So now by default, one thing that they updated recently is now they are slightly more powerful, and the render distance by default is now set to 36 chunks. So there's that. So yeah, pretty decent render distance. I mean, it's more console based, I would say, for the render distance, but the server still has to render that out, if you get what I'm saying. So they did need to make sure that was going to be a possible thing too. So, but yeah, what was I saying before that? I've forgotten now. We're talking about the console. Oh yeah, so yeah, console. Yeah, obviously they sandbox you. They control all the stuff, and they encrypt the marketplace packs. So I worked out a nice way. I mean, okay, I don't know how many marketplace packs have you bought? Have you bought any packs from marketplace? Whether that be like character customization, persona based stuff, or whether it be something like skin packs, or whether it be something like behavior packs, add-ons, right? Or texture packs. Have you bought anything like that? So people have done that, but some people have been rudely shocked afterwards to realise, well, I bought the pack. I'd like to like look at the files. You know, like, do I not own my own files on here? Do I just own the rights to use it? Can I not take it and modify it and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's that. Okay, down on some of the free ones. Yeah, no, well, that's it. And some people do, and some people don't. But I mean, if you were sitting there and you're like, man, I'm kind of getting bored and I want to change things up and make things look a little different. Like, look at this, you know, it looks a little bit more comic-y. It looks still nice, but, you know, changing it out a little bit to sort of, you know, give things a little bit more of a slightly enhanced vanilla, you know, experience. And I do think there is people that are still open to that. They don't want it to go too far from vanilla, but they want it to sort of go, okay, I want it to be slightly more HD-ish, you know, maybe some slightly higher fidelity or slightly different textures, you know. Which is why I decided to try this one. I tried a few. I've tried the Ultra Realism. I've tried this one. Um, I've tried Pure BD Craft, which is similar to this, but sort of a little bit different. They've got another one up which I think is I think it's a, I can't remember what it's called. It's more like a gothic one though. But they make a couple of them anyway. And I went to access the files on this, and that's when I realised, well, that sucks balls. I can't read the files. So I wrote this piece of software to give me the ability to do that. And man, what is with this thing continually spitting out eggs? Crazy or what? Okay, you know, I'm just gonna leave this. This is slightly annoying. Do you know what? I'm just gonna take them out and put them over there, and we'll actually see what happens here. I'm not gonna put them through this time because let's just see what happens. Looks like we've got a collection of them over there anyway. We shall see. Yeah, so I took that and I worked out that there's three files you really need. So you've got options.txt, which is I don't remember exactly the directory at the moment. I have to be in front of my computer to know, but it is within the Minecraft directory there somewhere. You go Bedrock, PE, something like that directory, and there's options.txt. So you go in there and it will say last account ID or something. So you need your account ID from there. And you need, so you basically you need your options.txt file. You need, there is a, what's it called? ENT file. So when you download your packs, it generates this thing called an ENT file, which is located in that directory as well, which is entitlement file. So the entitlement file is what sets it there to go, okay, we've got this file here that says you're allowed to use this pack. And that's what helps it decrypt it. So it takes the account and takes that, and then it works out how to decrypt it. So yeah, I've kind of cracked that encryption, and I worked out that, okay, this is how it does it. I decrypted my files and they're just completely unencrypted now, and I made a program that does that and then generates them in just a MC pack file. So I've got a Bedrock MC pack that I can use on any server, whether that's Nodecraft or anything. I want to use it on my own server even, then I should be able to do that too, right? I want to be able to, you know, take that file and use as I please. So, you know, if I want to chuck it onto a Raspberry Pi server here, then great, I can use that locally. Pop it onto a little, you know, Raspberry Pi 5 that I can use here, and I've got like a local Redstone server or something that I can work on, you know what I mean? I don't need to have a realm for every single thing. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, there's multiple categories too, because you've got personas, which is like all your like character, like, oh, let's say you buy a head or a face or any of those things that, you know, that make up whether it's, different parts of your dressing room. When you go to dressing room, that stuff is called personas. So you've got that, and then you've got skin packs, which is the entire skin packs. Like, hey, you can dress up like a Pokemon, just buy the skin pack. So that's basically what that is. Um, and then you've got texture and behavior packs. So texture packs being, texture packs obviously, and then you've got behavior packs being add-ons. But I am pretty excited for what they've been able to do, even in the latest, the last few years even, the way that they've changed things out, because they've got a few things now where it's like the data and technical stuff that we didn't have before, they now have. So it's allowed creators to make have more freedom with the packs that they can make. It's not just like, oh, you can do very minimal things and you can change these things. No, you can make a lot of things now. You're like, okay, you can make something that visually does this. You can make something that shows you what the villager is going to trade. Before you unlock it, you can do lots of things, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's go and have a little. Actually, where's my fishing rods over here? Might do a wee little bit of fishing, I think. I hear somebody outside. I think my partner on the way home. I'll have to say good day to her in a minute. And say, hey, I think we have power. Hang on. Yeah, I put this one in, which is not the AFK farm. I did put the AFK one in, and I went, I'll just use this one until I can get decent equipment. And then I'll put the AFK one in, because that's a lot better for on PC when you're sitting there and you're just like, cool, set up the auto clicker and have it do its thing. Yeah, tons better. I might even make a slightly bigger fishing shack and actually have them side by side, actually, so you can use this one to manually do it and have the other one for just AFK auto clicker, and I'll just feed them all in there. So, what's your favourite, most exciting part of 1.21? What are you most excited for? I mean, I think people are excited for different things in 1.21 for sure. But what's the thing that you're most excited about, Mr. Aussie Cat Dad? Are you you probably shouldn't look at my iron farm either. Avert your eyes from that one, because it has a cat disposal unit. um, yes, only because they tend to. Well, they used to actually lag the worlds out a little bit. I don't know whether they still do, but I'd end up with an accumulation of cats, and then I was like, holy shit, why is everything lagging in this area? And I was like, it's because there was like tons of cats that weren't despawning. The tough and copper variants. Yeah. No. I mean, a lot of people, yeah, even some of the extra blocks and stuff, like the copper bulb. I was saying that to Razor earlier. I feel like the copper bulb was overshadowed by the crafter. Now, the crafter, yes, it's cool, and I've sort of always wanted something just like that. I wanted something that we could automatically craft blocks up and things like that. That's, you know, something I've wanted for years, actually. However, I do feel like the copper bulb was overshadowed. If you really look at the copper bulb closely, it's probably the most exciting thing we've had since the Observer. Because what did the Observer do? So the Observer replaced block bud detectors, block update detectors, right? So we had to do that with pistons and stuff before, and then now they're like, cool, we've got this new thing called an Observer, and it's a block update detector in a single block. Well, having a copper bulb, what did that bring us? That basically brought us a T flip-flop in a single block. I mean, I think it's a bit slower. It's probably not as fast as what some people would have liked. Would have been better if it was quicker in its response, but most certainly it's still pretty good. I just have 3 or 4 tame cats at my iron farm. Oh, really? Is that what you do? Okay, well there you go. There you go. See, there is a way that you can get around it. Because I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna throw a campfire in there, and they can. I mean, it's. If it wasn't for them producing string, I'd be just like, well, there's no point to it except for reducing the lag. Um, but yeah, it is weird that they produce string though. Why string? Like is it the whiskers? How do they get to that? Yeah, no, that's what I said. It's not for everybody. There is some parts where I'm like, you might want to avert your eyes if this sort of thing isn't good, like I mean, it's a video game, so I'm like, look, it's not real life. I know the difference of how to separate reality. So for me, I'm like, it's a game. Don't do this in real life, people. Unfortunately, we shouldn't have to say that these days, but we tend to have to. So yeah. Back when I was a kid, we knew the difference between reality and virtual reality. Not these days, no. I do need to make a general mob farm. Um, I mean, to be honest, the last one that I made, and that's kind of why I've held off here. I'm like, I'm probably just going to make a gold farm because it's probably, I don't know, we're not that far away from getting 1.21, and that's when I'm going to start building a lot of those things too because they're changing mob spawning mechanics in 1.21. So currently, you have mobs that'll spawn on the, I think it says at the northwest or southwest corner. One of those, right? They spawn on the corner of the block in Bedrock. Well, they're changing that. So all of the current things that we have where they spawn on the corner and you even like witch farms and everything where it pushes them off and everything, it's going to affect a lot of different things. So it's going to kind of make it, I guess, somewhat similar to Java. Um, so here I'll be asking all my Java friends going, dude, I haven't played Java for a while, help me out, how does this work? I mean, it'd be so nice if they just made everything like have parity with Java. Like, if you're going to make changes, make it to Java, make it now, and then make it have parity across the board. Because even when you're teaching new people, it's like they're like, oh, well, hey, I got 3 hours through this tutorial, and I realised that I didn't have that version of Minecraft and stuff like that. I mean, you do get some new people that tend to do that. We've probably done it in the past. It's just not a fun, experience, I think. I seen something the other day. I think it was have you come across the guy Softly Spoken? I come across him the other day, and I seen this Java glitch farm, which was like a piece of string with some tripwire hooks or something, and I don't know how he triggers it, but it just generates like crazy amounts of we got flame, ending, punch, curse of vanishing, mending. Sure, I'll throw that on mine. Yeah, and it was this glitch farm, and it just produces like insane amounts of string. I'm just like, what the hell? Yeah. I said to him, that looks like something that should belong in Bedrock Edition. Like it looks like one of those, like, wow, that's so glitchy that it looks like it should be a Bedrock feature. But yeah, there's some little thing where he's kind of got, I can't remember what he did. He did something there and it's got water and the water just like touches the string and the string just sits there and it just, I don't know, it just spits out copious amounts of string. I'm like, what the hell? So what's that, 7? Or the other way around? Yeah, we'll go with the 7. Like I see, unbreaking, mending. Alright, so now we just need lure, and then we're good. Well, we're slowly making we're slowly building our god rod. That's good. I just need lure. Yeah, I might have to set up a Nodecraft server or something like that. Wait, no, that's what you were saying before. Yeah, might have to check out Nodecraft. I mean, what are they worth a month, mate? And how many players? And is there any like, sort of comparative things that you'd sort of, sort of point out? Like, what's the difference Aussie dollar wise? Like, between Nodecraft and this, and player wise, and all that sort of stuff. What's the diffo? Like, I know, like, I have heard some of the technical things, like, you've got some crazy things like backups and um, other features like that, where they've got more advanced backups and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that you can sort of point out. Let me know. Being somebody who's come from Realms and sort of gone through that already, it'd be good to get some insight. What else we got in here? Another bow with mending. Okay. Well, yeah, we could probably wait. With your bows, you can either have mending or infinity. Is it? I think that's the way it is. Yeah. I think I'm paying $40 a month for like middle tier one. It's unlimited players, and you can have multiple world saves on it, but only one active at one time. Okay, yeah, well that makes sense. I mean, here we can have one active at one time. Well, actually, technically, you get a realm, and a little while ago now they actually updated it. So when you have a realm, if you play on experimental, you get like a second realm under your subscription for your experimental world or your development version. Which I kind of like because I'm like, cool, well, okay, I don't have to canoodle with my main realm because there's people out there that are like, I want to use my like kind of production stuff for my production stuff, and I want to use my development stuff for like all the experimental and all the other stuff I want to, play with there instead of having to switch them out. So apparently you get a second one to do that with. Um, yeah, no, well, I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind checking it out and actually, you know, um, even I don't know, having a look at your world or something at some point and just see, what sort of what it's like. I mean, I'm sure it's good. Like, I don't think I can connect to my console unless I'm using Bedrock Connect with DNS and crap like that. But I probably can connect on my PC for sure. It's one of those things too, man. Like if you've got if it's something you enjoy and you know you can play and online and entertain your friends and stuff like that, then why not? You know. Yeah, getting bored of fishing. I might go and get some food and just cook it up, and then yeah, I'll see if I can start getting some of the other farms and stuff. I might do them a little bit later in the evening. I think I'll try and yeah. I just want to sort of get some. Oh wait, you use DNS on your Switch. Once it's set up, it's yeah, no, that's it because you're basically going through Hive and stuff like that. Yeah. I did think about making a better version of that, like a better version of basically a light Bedrock Connect and just have a universal DNS, and then you know basically having it like that, or maybe even having like almost like something that because DNS has obviously got to be there to trick it and to think it's connecting to this website and it's actually not connecting to that website, it's connecting to somewhere else. I mean, I've done some crafty things like that in the past, like even with GTA and stuff like that. um, won't exactly say what I did at the time, but it may have involved getting lots and lots of money and giving it to lots and lots of people when Rockstar decided they were going to screw them over. But yes, anyway, so I was giving it out like I was Santa Claus. But yes, I did that. Ended up AFK farms while I'm at work. Oh, so hang on a minute. So yeah, but you switch though. You can't AFK everything though, can you? I mean, you can if you're just sort of standing there. But like as far as auto clickers and things like that, I don't. I think the only somebody was saying the only ones you can really do the auto clicking with is PC and I think Android. Somebody said Android the other day. I didn't even realise you could do it with Android. I was like, oh really? I'm like, well, that's pretty cool then, because I actually didn't realise that you could. I mean, I assumed that there might be some sort of APK or something out there, but it would involve having to have both of them loaded consecutively at the same time. Trident killer base. You know what? I was actually there at the time when the guy discovered Trident killers. Matter of fact, he used to do it with carpets. When he first did it, he was like, I wonder will it, stay on here. We actually had a skeleton farm. And I can't remember his name. It's not JC. It's JX. JX is it? But anyway, yeah, we were messing around, and we got a mutual friend together who's Fizz Cannon. Anyway, and so we were playing, and he was like, "I wonder, can we just sit there and, you know, throw this into there and see what happens. And then it just started flip-flopping back and forth, and ended up, he's like, I wonder what will happen here. And then it ended up starting to kill the skeletons. And we're like, holy shit, you've just discovered a new means at which we can we can have farms. That's going to bloody revolutionise things. So, hey, what's going on, Hawaiian? How are you, mate? I know it's not very. I mean, lately it's been a bit of a my because I'm injured my ankle and stuff, and I've been in pain, and my medication. I've been losing sleep, and then the medication's been messing around my sleep pattern and stuff like that, and it's just been, oh man, it's really messed with, when I can stream and stuff like that. Like even yesterday, streaming for a little bit, and then I had to do some stuff because I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Um, so yeah, it's just messing with everything at the moment, and but it's nice to be on, man. I'm decided to jump on and do a little bit of streaming, and yeah, have a bit of a chat to you guys. And sick as a dog. Oh, dude, man, what do you got? The flu or something? There's some flu that's been going around too, because I think the change in season sort of thing, where it's gone from like being like hot and kind of shitty to kind of going, oh look, it's sort of rainy, and then it's like, okay, now it's freezing. So it can't make up its mind, and yeah, just having people getting sick everywhere. I woke up this morning, I had like a mad ass runny nose. I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me I'm getting sick. Probably though, probably, no my luck. I mean, I'm losing sleep, and being in pain and stuff like that is sort of messing up my circadian rhythms and stuff like that. So just losing sleep in itself is gonna throw me for six. But hopefully I can sort of avoid getting fully sick, because that would not be fully sick. Yeah. What was I gonna do? Up here, upstairs. Go to the pizza oven. Making my way to the pizza oven. There we go. Pizza oven. Welcome to Pizza Hut. Hey, why has my character changed? What has happened? What has happened? My character is fully changed. I don't like it. Why? Did something happen with Realms? I'm just suddenly, yeah. Something along those lines. Everyone was sick when I went to visit my mum for Mother's Day, and so yeah, no, yeah, that's it. Family gatherings, man. Yeah, too easy, mate. Thank you so much for hanging around, having a bit of a chat. It's been nice to actually, um, get to hear about your world and your life and things a little bit more too, mate. And I do hope to catch your streams. Drop me a follow or something, man. I'm trying to get to 50. Anything that's going to help me get to there. I mean, I'm not begging for follows. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you feel like it, that would be awesome. But yeah, it's been nice hanging, man, for sure. And yeah, I thought I better cook up some food because I need some more. I'm hungry. Yeah, Hawaiian, I would say that family gatherings are probably the worst for that. They come up and they go, "Oh no, it's just a little bit of a cold. No, you don't have to worry about it. I think it's not contagious or anything." Next minute, you are sneezing and farting and shitting yourself, and you're like, I am cursing you. to, like you're just like, yeah, it wasn't contagious. Sure, it wasn't. You're a legend, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. Are you streaming later, Aussie Cat Dad? Or no? I mean, I was thinking about doing a bit more streaming tonight, but I mean, I'll jump in for a little bit if you're on, and sort of hang for a bit. But I do want to. I've been sort of mostly this week. I've been hanging with other people and not streaming myself. I think I need to do a little bit myself and try and I don't know, try and get myself out there a little bit, and try and see if I can get some more followers. They're just not going to matter the world if I don't, but I don't know. I just got a personal goal of 50. I think it'd be nice if I can get to that. That'd be great. You know, I guess everyone gets that point, don't they? They sort of just start out and go, you know what? If I can get to this, that'd be nice. You have some sort of like personal goal that you want to meet, and mine's 50. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Um, weighted pressure plate. Yes. Yeah, cool, man. Well, I might come hang for a bit. Bit like that. Yeah, told me, nah, it's all good. And I wake up this morning and struggling to breathe. Yeah, no, that's it. That's it, man. I've been there 100 times. Honestly, you'll sit there and they're like, no, it's not contagious at all. And then you wake up and you're like, yeah, about that non-contagious thing that you said. Well, I can't breathe and I'm dying and it's all your fault. I keep getting spiders breaking into my farm and I don't know why, because I mean, honestly, look, um, there's lighting here. I don't know why they might be coming from up here actually, maybe I should go up there and light that up. Um, yeah, so, I'm gonna have to fix some of this up. Man, these spiders have been just jumping everywhere. Jumping spiders, man. Just coming in here and just fucking up my whole shit. Yeah, so I've been slowly meeting some more Aussies and stuff too, and every time I see Aussies and stuff, I like if I got some people and stuff, not that I have a terrible lot, but if I see some people and I can raid out with some people, like you, Hawaiian, I think I brought some people there one day. I had some people turn up, and then I was like, well, I'll just try and need somebody to raid out on, and I'll sit there and try and help somebody else who doesn't have the viewers. Although I seen you the other night, and you seem to have a fair few viewers the other night too, Hawaiian. You had like I don't know. I was like, cool, man. That's good. People be following you. I'm like, you had like I don't know, 20 or something, or 16 or something. There was like I was like, cool, man. There's people there. It's good when you actually see people going, well, they actually see somebody who's, even when you don't have a lot of people viewing, and then you actually see somebody, and then, a bunch of people turn up and they start watching. It's good. And you get some repeat people that enjoy your content, which is awesome. Yeah, no, well, it was a bit of a Aussie helping an Aussie situation because Pyfro turned up. He had a day stream, I think it was. Was it a day stream? I can't even remember what time of day it was. I think it was might have been day stream, yeah. And then or was it night? I can't remember, but I was on. Maybe I started during the day and I ended up at the night. I don't know. But anyway, so he basically raided on me and had like 16 or 20 people, and then they hung around for a good long while watching and talking and stuff like that, which was awesome. And then I was like, dude, I've been on literally like, I can't even remember what it was like now. It was like hours and hours and hours and hours. I'm like, I need to get off because I actually need to go and eat dinner and I need to do a couple things and help my partner and stuff like that, and then I'll come back. And I was like, let me see if I can find somebody who is Aussie, who doesn't have many viewers, that I can potentially go, surprise! Here we are. But yeah, no, totally, man. If I can help, we can help each other and stuff, to grow on that sort of stuff. I think it definitely makes things a little bit nicer, and not only just to help you grow, but like you meet different people as well, you know. And it does get very lonely on this platform, like, and weird too, because it's just like this whole streaming thing's pretty new for me. I mean, I've done some YouTube and stuff, but this is totally different because it's like you got to sit there and talk to yourself for like the longest time, and you're like, okay, today we're doing this. Right, cool. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Oh, wait, that's it. I remember now. I'm talking to myself. You know, it's such a weird concept, you know what I mean? Just, oh, yeah, does my head in. But after you get over all that, I think, you know, you start to work it out. The Minecraft streams have been going good. The views aren't that important. It's good. No, that 100%, man. Like, that's it too. I don't really care too much for, like, you know, the views and stuff. And I think that's probably the one thing that is consistent between YouTube and here. If you're doing this for the fame and the fortune, you will probably most likely not get there, you know, and you will burn out before that. Whereas if you're doing it, you know, for the love, for the enjoyment, I think you'll be very good at it. You'll be very good at no matter what you're doing, whether even in life, you know. Like if you find a job that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So same sort of concept, you know. Yes. Boom shakalaka. And I think that might be all the mushrooms I'm going to get now. I think I'm just going to turn this farm possibly into... I'm going to do some renovation because I'm going to turn this kelpinator into a bigger kelpinator, and then I'm going to... and then I'm going to... wait, where's that? I'm going to have a multi-farm distribution system. That was weird. What was that noise? I swear I heard like a pigman or something. Not unless one got out of the gold farm. And it's just wandered over here like, hello. Hello, I'm here. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%, you know. I mean, I guess there's a lot of things in life that you could sort of relate to that. Like, for example, if you're sitting there and even as a kid, you're like, are we there yet? Well, you're never there and it takes forever. Or when you're at work and you're waiting for the time to pass, you're like, the clock just seems like really slow. And you're like, wow, this day is never ending. It's painful. But if you actually kind of enjoy doing what you do, uh, it goes pretty quick. Goes pretty quick. So yeah, I guess have fun. That's probably the key thing. Hey, 54. We're almost there. We'll get like this whole line done, and then we'll probably call it quits on this, and then we can probably look at turning this into a tree farm or something. Although it is pretty satisfying to knock this thing down and break it numerous times. Wow, that was a lot. 31, really? That'll do. Sweet. I'll leave that there for now. I will come back and probably think about refactoring this somewhere. So I probably will get this, move it somewhere up high, have it probably, well, this one's 3 wide, right? I usually make them like 8 wide. So, and they just punch it out. And then underneath the front of these suckers, you come out and then have it go into some hoppers, then have it go out into like you have it come out into the double chest. So you basically put your double chest here, and then you put your hopper, and or you put 2 hoppers underneath, and then 2 of these underneath each chest, and then you've got 2 chests per section basically, and then it just machine gun bone meals the whole lot and pushes it where it needs to go. So yeah, probably going to look at doing that. I probably will try and get this here. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, we probably could do this. Let's try this. We're going to try something. I'm going to go and grab... a sapling. And I'm going to actually try and grow a tree there. Because I think 8 high... wait, is it 8 or 6 high to stop them growing into the big tall ones? I think it's... I can't remember. Is it 6 or 8? Jungle oak. We want an oak. So we'll grab one of these. And, you know what? Let's grow a couple more of those too, I think. Why not? I think we've got 7 of those. We'll take one of those. And we'll just sort of bring it over there. And we'll get it punching out some of these. Yes. Yes, yes. So whereabouts are you from anyway, Hawaiian? Me, I'm from northern New South Wales. I mean, this is gonna sort of... I need another axe. Oh yeah, there's going to be that too. We'll need these to decay, won't we? Yes. You still here, Hawaiian, or no? What is the Minecraft music set to? 10%. Why does it sound louder than 10%? I mean, what's 100 sound like these days? Dude, those are really loud. There we go. Let's do that. I mean, we should be able to, like, you know, basically, what, half brain fog from being sick. Oh, I was asking where you're from, buddy. Like, I'm from northern New South Wales. Half brain fog. What did I used to call that years ago? Not a brain fog. I'm like, I got, can't remember what I call it. Geez, I used to have a word. Oh God, I can't think of it now. Come on, drop some saplings. At least give me a single one. No? Wow, not a single sapling. That is a little bit odd. Not sure why that happens. But anyway, I'm going to try this then. I'll remove these from here. Maybe that'll make a difference. I'll remove this here too. So we technically don't need to cover that one. Even when we're running the farm the other way. Not a single one. Wasn't that shithouse. Live in Melbourne now, but grew up in Canberra. Oh, jeez. Poor you. I mean, I'm not sure which. Look, no, I shouldn't say that. But generally speaking, I mean, I shouldn't judge on the politicians, right? There's that. Very interesting place though here, Canberra. Like everything's circular. Like it's all circular. So circular. And then you've got Melbourne. Well, I don't know. I've never been to Melbourne. Can't judge on Melbourne. I've been told like 4 seasons in a day and a bunch of things like that. But apart from that, no, haven't been to Melbourne. But yeah, no, Canberra, look, I won't judge on that. Sure, you're a nice guy. I'm sure not everyone's like the politicians. We definitely won't hold that against you. When I say Canberra, not the city, in a little town outside of it, so as to avoid the madness for the most part. I mean, I think that's where most people sort of get to, don't they? They're like, I don't want to live in the city. Let's stay outside that. How big is Canberra? Like, comparatively, like population? I actually haven't looked at that, you know. Like, I know that Sydney and Melbourne and those sorts of things, they're like pretty big cities. Um, but yeah, Canberra, I mean, how many people sort of in that general vicinity? I mean, the ACT is technically a pretty decent area too, so it's not just Canberra. Everyone goes Canberra and they think ACT immediately. 300,000? Okay, okay, so it's not like Sydney, Brisbane sort of dealio. It's more like, you know, sort of smaller kind of city. Only reason I turn this thing off is I never wander out of the render area because you'll get broken kelp, you'll get dropped sand. I just hate fixing this thing. Yeah, so Canberra. Yeah, no, my partner, she was born in Melbourne. Um, So I can only assume there are good things that come from Melbourne as well. What do you like better? You know, and where you're at now, do you think it's really okay? This thing really doesn't want to grow, does it? Okay, so we won't worry about this farm doing that. I think we'll just come over here and we'll just throw this in over here and then we'll forget about it. Yeah, I will build a better tree farm because I was like, I wonder can I just adapt that to work with trees? Like, yeah, it's not working well. Yeah, so I might just some of these little trees. I think like these ones. I think I'm just gonna throw in out here. You know, just let them grow. What I need to go and do too, where did I see one of those? I have to go and have a look. Cherry blossom trees. I have to get some of those too. They're kind of pretty. Kind of pretty. Yeah, so we have spruce. We've got some jungle. Wow. Yeah, probably should cut that down. These things are pretty handy. Lumberjack. Well, lumberjack is. This is a modified version of. Wait, do you play Bedrock or do you play Java? I've forgotten. Oh wait, really ended up by pure chance. Did in rural Victoria before that because but was in a pretty bad situation, so I'm happy to be out of it. I don't like the city, if I'm honest. Yeah, no, me too, mate. Like, I don't know, I had to move to the city um, constantly throughout my life because of my career, you know, as a computer engineer. But do I like it? Not really. I like the country. It's peaceful, you know, no drama, quiet. Yeah, sure, you don't have all the facilities, and it's not like, oh, I can just go down the road to Macca's, but technically I can because it's like, okay, you drive like 5 minutes in the city to get to I don't know Macca's or something. I drive like 35 minutes, and I mean that's like a small city drive anyway, really, when you think about it. How many drives are you going to some other suburb to go to some takeaway place, and it's like 20, 30, 40 minutes anyway. You're like, oh yeah, we're just going to the city or whatever. So I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just like, dude, whatever. I'd rather live in the country, away from all the drama and the crap. And they're like, but you don't have fast internet, Steve. How will you ever do it? It's called Starlink. Yeah, honestly, that's the only thing that I. It's just annoying with the government is that they just think that New South Wales stands for Newcastle, Sydney, and Wollongong. They don't really look after anyone and anywhere else. Yeah, like even our hospital stuff up here, it's probably not. You play Java, been your bread and butter since I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, I used to play. I started on Java when Minecraft first came out because my son, he was like, Dad, can you look at this game and like, can you help me do this and can you help me do that? And, because back in those days too, Java runtime environment wasn't as good either, so it was a bit dodge. But that was like I'm talking like when it very first come out, um, and not quite cave game, but early versions of Minecraft for sure. Um, so yeah, I started there and I sort of got sucked into it because the more I seen him play it, the more I was like, you know what is this game? And I mean, I'd be sitting there and helping him load mods after that when they brought mods in, and we had like Forge and all that sort of stuff. So as things grew and as the modding even came in, then it turned from being, hey, help me kill the Ender Dragon or something, or help me do this, to help me install this mod to, and then once I seen Redstone, I was like, what is this technical stuff you speak of? And then, yeah, I started playing around with it, and then I was bloody hooked. So, but yeah, I used to play on Java, and I don't know how or when I got convinced to get into Bedrock. Or it might have just been convenience, me sitting in my lounge room being able to play with people, maybe. So, yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I started playing Bedrock, and yeah, I don't know, I just think I just found it more convenient to be able to do it in my lounge room, with friends. And I did hear that they were moving it, because when we started getting to Pocket Edition and stuff, I'm like, well, maybe I should just use Pocket Edition and, you know, start doing that and start doing it on the Switch and all that sort of stuff, and then sort of go from there. But yeah, I don't know. Like I kind of sort of I don't know. I think I just sort of decided to go with this. What books have I got? Smite. Well, there's Lure, and I've already got Silk Touch. So I reckon what I could do is I could get this God Rod down here. Think of living wait. Think of living further away from the city isn't as much of as a problem as the internet was anymore. No, well that's it. Depends where you live though. I live where there's freaking nothing. I only live 40 minutes away from the centre of Canberra, but it was like I lived in the middle of nowhere. Internet was as a kid. Yeah, no, and that's the thing too, man. Like, okay, in areas like there's some places where they just forget about you. They're just like, oh, you've got satellite. Oh, that's too bad. And even the NBN satellite that they have is absolutely crap. It's just like, dude, need a better alternative. So yeah, you know what? Elon Musk come in and started offering Starlink. Yes, it's more expensive, but it's reliable. I can even use it during a thunderstorm. Um, yeah, not to mention, solar storms, all that sort of shit. It's been working. So, uh, and now they're going, oh no, we're trying our NBN market share is going down. Oh, we better do something about it. I'm like, well, you had every chance to do something about it, and we begged you, and when we wanted you to do it, you were like, hell no, we won't go. But now that, um, now that, you know, uh, you desperately need us, I'm sorry, mate. Go to hell. So it's just like, I don't know. When they want us to, you know, do something, they want us to do it immediately. But when we want them to do it, they're like, no, we don't care about you. Well, I'm sorry, mate. You didn't want our money that bad when we begged you, so I can't possibly see me helping you. Where am I? I live in Scotland, in the middle of nowhere. Still have better internet than my hometown. Yeah, crazy, man. Australia's got some crazy problems because it's like you'll get some places where they're like, yeah, cool, we've got fibre to the premise and all that, and they talk a big game and they'll go and do some of that, but then they just leave the rest of everyone else out, and it's just, yeah, they wonder why they get some people who get a bit of a bad taste in their mouth with the whole thing. So let's test out this new rod. Now we've got lure on it. That should be a lot faster. Might actually be worth making the AFK version of this farm next to it now. Oh, beauty, that seems a lot quicker. Yeah, so what's the feature you're most excited for in 1.21, my friend? What do you want to see the most? Or what do you, yeah, what do you think you're most excited to find? Oh, look at that mending. Okay, we don't really need that anymore. All right. Um, hang on. I think I just got a message. Give me a second. Um, to be honest, it's a new paintings because like making. Yeah, dude. I, I think that is something that's been well overdue too. They haven't had a lot of good paintings and things in the games, to be honest. I mean, I do like it when people sort of appreciate some of the other little features too. Um, but yeah, I think paintings is going to be something that's good because you know, not having, and it's the same artist. They actually got the same artist to do it as well, which is good. Because I don't know if you heard, but that was the problem with the music people, the C4, what are they called? C412 or whatever the hell the studio is that was making the other music before. Oh, they started getting all shitty because they wanted like more money and this and that, more royalties and this and that. And they're like, well, that wasn't the original agreement here. So they end up getting the shits and saying no, we're not going to do any of this, and they just went, well, cool, we'll just get some other artists, which was like that's where you got all the like Lena Ray and all the other stuff. Which honestly, Pig Step and all that sort of shit, man, good on them. You know, they've got some cool tracks in there. It's not just you're not the only people that make music. So, but yeah, that was the controversy there. So yeah. I might have a little tiny break, mate, because I need to go and get a coffee, and I'll be back soon. So I'm going to go into BRB for just a little bit. Feel free to stick around, or if you need to go, totally up to you. I do understand. But yeah, it's been good talking to you either way. I'm going to go have a little break, and actually, I might even jump off. I think I might jump off for a little while, and I'll come back a little bit later. I think might be a better idea. So, but yeah, thanks for joining me, mate. It's been almost 3 hours now, so I think it's probably time that I sort of have a bit of a break. Yes, I shall. I shall, sir. And I look forward to talking to you when I'm next on or when you're on next. I'll see if I can jump in and say howdy do. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you and everyone else next time.